You're on the fast track right now. Fast track healing, fast track learning, growing, evolving, fast track manifesting. And I'm being shown that you were on a very slower track for like the first portion of your life, as if information was being withheld from you by God, by spirit, by your team, your higher self, in order to protect you. That you had to reach a certain level of self-awareness, self-love, self-worth, a certain level of healing within yourself before you had full access to this information. Because I see that the unhealed emotion, the anger, the pain, the sadness, the desire to escape, you would have led with those emotions, and you might have made choices that would have royally sabotaged your life. Like impulsive choices based on that unhealed emotion, on that lower level of self-love, which was a result from all of the sabotage and mistreatment. Okay, so it's like you were being protected from yourself until you reach this certain point. And then once you reach this certain level of self-trust, self-love, self-awareness, healing, it's like the veil was lifted and your intuition led you to the truth about so many things in your life. Again, like things you suspected, but you couldn't really put your finger, you didn't have proof. But now you were led to the truth. You were led to where the proof is through your intuition, through God. Because I'm saying, like, the people who mistreated you or tried to sabotage you, they're not the ones that came forward and was like, look what I did. Because they're not capable of doing those things. They're not like, oopsie, look what I did. It was like God led you to this information through your intuition. And now you're on the fast track. And it's requiring you to go through a deep state of rest because you carried around so much energy, painful energy, in the form, of sadness, grief, feeling betrayed, loss, anger. You carried that around in your body for so long that it really disrupted your nervous system. So I'm saying like PTSD or complex PTSD from all the mistreatment, from all the mind games, from all the manipulation that was around you by that, that very wounded energy. The wounded energy of others that allowed them to do these things. Because, that's the reason why they do those things, why they continue to do those things. It's because they're so wounded. Their energy is so shattered almost, that they are easily manipulated by negative forces. And because they are easily manipulated by negative forces, they project that out and they carry on that cycle rather than learning how to heal it and tame it and do that inner work. And that's the difference between you and them. It's like you can do that stuff. You can do the inner work. You learn or you're learning or you learned how to tame certain aspects of yourself, how to address your shadow and bring it into balance, how to integrate it by going through things, not liking the way it felt, and then adjusting it and bringing it to a place that felt good to you. And you did it all with morals and grace. I'm not saying you're perfect. I mean, of course, you're gonna have made mistakes. But the type of mistakes that you made weren't malicious towards others. They more probably hurt yourself. Like you probably hurt yourself, took things out on yourself more than you did on others. Beat yourself up more than others. I'm seeing there was a lot of escapism. Trying to escape because you weren't maybe things like you couldn't connect the dots to everything, that you had all of these deep-seated feelings, these deep emotions, but you didn't really understand why. It was like there was a disconnect there. And again, that was for your own protection. That was for your own protection. We can say it was like for others to protect their misdeeds, but at the same time, it was to protect you. Because there's so much divine protection around you and on your life. Because you are so important to this world. Because the energy that you carry is precious. It's so precious. And it's rare. It's different. It's different from so many others. I'm not saying they don't have the ability to get to that point, but it's like you already had that inside of you, and it's like sacred, so it was being protected until you can learn how to navigate it and use it in the correct ways for yourself. So now I see that you're on the fast track, and you are required, or you were required, to go through deep rest, which might have challenged your beliefs, because we're kind of conditioned to be on the go, like go, and then we feel guilty when we're not producing things. Like we kind of beat ourselves up if we're not, like we set these high standards, or we're conditioned to always, give, do, like you got to be. And so to take those periods of rest, it's like you really have to work against those beliefs and that conditioning or type of control, like mental control, where you're like, no, I need this right now. No, it's okay for me to have this and to give this for myself. It's okay to care for myself. It's okay to be still for a certain period of time, because so much healing comes in that stillness. So much clarity comes within that stillness. And I think I've used this analogy before, where like if you put dirt or sand in a glass of water and you mix it all around, it's just so cloudy and it's like it's all everywhere. But if you just let the water be still, that sand and dirt will settle to the bottom and there's clarity there. So that's what had to happen, or is happening. Maybe you're in that process right now. But you won't always be in that process. It's like a regeneration. Part of your regeneration, your transformation, it requires you to be still. But it's happening quickly. It might not feel quick. It might not feel quick to you. You might be like, like, is this going to be done yet? Like, I want to be past this already. And I feel you on that, because I can recall back when I was in that state, and I was just like, it felt like it was forever, but it was equivalent to the amount of years that I was carrying and storing all of this painful energy. It took that time to sift it out. It took that long to sift it out, and there would be like the highs and lows within that period of rest. And it was just that my body needed to release so much stress and to bring my own nervous system into alignment. And so I am being shown that it's very similar for you. You have to bring your nervous system back into alignment, where you're not so reactive. You have to learn how to stay present and honor the emotions in the present moment, rather than constantly being like replaying the past and going through all of that. And oftentimes when we're replaying the past, it's because there's a lot of unhealed emotion there. But then we just bring it back into the present with self-love. And I do see you moving through this quickly and moving on. It is a new chapter. There's a lot of new energy here for you, and it's a very positive thing right now. I see that you've done so much work, and I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. God loves you so much, and I hope you have a really beautiful day.